Hi, how are we doing? So a few weeks ago I mentioned that I'd got a tank at work, part of an old water system, new water system that I had fitted no more than a couple of years ago, which was crap. So I've had it taken out, had something more conventional put in, and that leaves me with this tank that we were just going to chuck away. But it seems too good to get rid of. So I was wondering, could I use it for additional filtration? I'm always torn between mechanical or extra bacterial. Bacterial, is that right? Yeah, bacterial filtration. So what I'm going to do is I'll spin you around. I'll show you the pot. I'll walk you through it, and I'll show you the tank, and then we'll take it from there. So here's the pond. So raised sleeper pond, excuse me, 6,000 litres. A easy pod, gravity fed with the 10,000 litre pump. It's currently running at 5,000, so the pond's being turned over roughly once an hour. Then over here got a skimmer with as pretty as that bush is. When it's in bloom, the flowers come out open for a day and drop off, so it's a losing battle with the flower heads. But anyway, skimmer there, which I want to get a new one. So I want I was going to get the Oase, is it the Oase Aqua Scheme 20 or 40. At the moment there's currently, it's either a 16 or an 18,000 litre pump connected to that, which at the moment goes straight to the water blade. So that's water blade, I think will need about 10,000 litres for the flow on it. Is it 100 litres per 10 centimetres or something like that? So that's what we've got. I mean, that's the water at the moment. Blanket weed's coming back. I am torn whether to put a partial dose of blanket anser, but to be honest the water's nice and clear, so I don't want to tempt fate basically. I had a problem with the lights this week, that two separate sets and one set wasn't working, so I've chased the wire back, and one of the Wago connectors, I wouldn't say it's failed, but there was a loose wire, probably from when the trees were being cut. They probably gave it a tug, but I've changed the Wago connectors on that. They're working now. So that's the pond. Last year I seen started great, and then I had to do some parasite treatment to start the year, and it took me ages to get the clarity back, but I did in the end. But I'm always torn between mechanical or more mechanical or bacterial filtration. You know, I know some of you may say that the easy pod is more than sufficient for that pond, but if you know, bigger is better, more is great kind of thing. You know, can you overfiltrate? Don't think you can. So yeah, so I'll go back in time to this week when I was having a look at the tank, and see what you think. This is at work, and previously I'd mentioned about having a tank, and I'd had installed at work that for the fangled water system that I was conned into having, that on reflection was crap, so I had it took out, which gives me this tank. So this tank is what, 3 foot high, just over 3 foot wide. It's got in the bottom, you can come down here and see it, there's two inlets there. There's overflow there. It's even got a ball valve, and there's a mesh screen there, which is in a sense like a vent, but obviously water would get out there, that'd be another overflow, whatever. So question is, what can we do with that? I was thinking move in bed, or do I have an upflow filter for mechanical? No answers on a postcard because I don't read postcards, but answers, give me some ideas in the comments, but be careful what you answer because I may need some help doing it, and I'll go through what my pond is, or I may have already done that if I tag this onto another part of the video. So I'll go through what my pond's got in terms of filtration at the moment, how big and what have you, and then yeah, so what would you do if you had that? Or I was thinking about the other day, by the time I bought, you know, pipe to get from the pond to that and back to the pond and things like that, do I just buy another filter? What would you do with that? So hopefully you've got an idea of the dimensions of the tank. I haven't worked out the literage of it yet, but it's going to be more than an easy pod, which is 70 litres. So yeah, and what the plan was to run it from the skimmer, and then to go into what I call the pond shed, pipe it into there, and then from there back to the water blade. The question is, will that water blade work on gravity fed? Because obviously it'll be pumped to the tank, whatever we do with it, and then it's got to get back to the skimmer, sorry, not the skimmer, the blade. So will gravity work? I don't know. On the back of that blade are 2 hose tails. It's split. Some have got 1, haven't they, and some have got 2. That's got 2 on the back of it. But that's my only fear, that it needs to be, where it'll be needs to be pump fed. I can't gravity feed it, so can I do gravity back to the blade? And what would you say to go with, mechanical or bacterial? I was thinking possibly a moving bed. If it was going to be bacterial, a moving bed, but I'm unsure. Or do we, you know, by the time, I mean that pump, 18,000 litres, that's going to be too much for it, I think. So if I've got to buy a new pump, pipe work, getting it all sorted, do I just look for something else to increase my my filtration, to improve my filtration? That's what I'm stuck on. Be careful how you answer, because I might challenge you to come and help me do it. or yeah, not really done pipe work before above and beyond flexi pipe and Jubilee clips. I've not done gluing rigid pipe, and that'll definitely need some rigid pipe somewhere around it. So what do we do? So if you could let me know, I'd much appreciate it. Perhaps I'll get more than a couple of 3 comments this way. Cheers now.